Hey MindFuel fam, it's Leticia with MindFuel in Motion. It's time for a quick journey into the world of mindfulness. No special gear needed. You are already equipped. Ready to infuse just these few moments with good intention? Let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to today's MindFuel moment. So today's practice is journaling for mindfulness. And what we're going to be focusing on today is how to prioritize our day. And this is really important to help us have just more clarity and get so much that is kind of swirling and boggling our minds down on paper, especially when it comes to our ever-ending to-do and task list. So with today's journaling practice, what we're going to do is work on how to prioritize the things that we need to focus on and make those the priority for our day. And the beauty of this is that when we write it down on paper or in a digital form, this is a good time to do that as well. And we're going to focus on writing all of that out and then learning how to just prioritize what actually needs to take up our time and energy. You see, time and energy is very important in how we use it. So I want us to go ahead and do this quick journaling for mindfulness practice now. So we'll go ahead and dive in. Make sure to grab your notebook, your journal. I always talk about the Me Time Journal, which is a journal I created and provide through my company, MindFuel in Motion. So I'm going to put on the screen now the instructions for today's journaling for mindfulness practice. Write down all of your tasks or to-dos that need to get done for the week. Okay, so that was about 1 minute that I put on the clock for us to write down all of the things that we need to get done for the week. And no matter when you're doing this, this could be the middle of the week, this could be the end of your week, the start of your week. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you know you still need to get done. The whole idea of why I'm sharing this with you is so that this is something that you can start doing when you are starting your week or whenever you kind of have time to plan for the week ahead. Sometimes we start planning in the middle of a week, like a Wednesday, from Wednesday to Wednesday. It's not always Monday through Friday, right? Whenever it works for you. So now that you have this list of all the things you need to get done, right? This was sort of like a brain dump of just things that you know that you need to get done. And I also wanted to share with you that if you combined this list with the things you need to get done for work or your business, and also with the things that you need to get done personally, making doctor's appointments, running errands, grocery shopping, all those things. I want to invite you to go ahead and maybe separate those lists so that you have the things that you need to get done for work or your business is going to be a little bit different than you need to get things done personally, right? Because if you're at work or if you work from home and you have that set amount of time that you just focus on your work, you want to have that one list so you're only focusing on the things you need to get done for work. Now, I know both lists can add up very quickly. So I want you to take the one, let's say for work, and I want you to take that list now, and I want you to prioritize in order what things actually need to get done, like the most important things. And that is going to be what you start working on. You see, a lot of us, me included, I'm so guilty of doing this. I go to these smaller tasks or things that are not high priority to kind of just
start the momentum of getting work done, and also kind of using that as a way to feel accomplished, and putting the actual prioritized things kind of like on the back burner, and getting these little things done first that actually are the more low priority tasks. So with the list that you're making now, I want you to either number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like circle them and number them if they're not in order, whatever it is for you. And if you need to get a new piece of paper so that you can now have it, look nice and actually be in order, you can do that as well. And the whole idea of this and why this helps with our mindfulness is because this list is ever growing, right? A lot of things on the list maybe are routine things that we do within our work or business, adding new things to this list all of the time. And so we also get in the habit of thinking that with this entire list that you made, that you're going to start tackling it like all today, right? You're going to get through all 10 things, all 20 things. And this just is unrealistic. And so the whole idea of this list as well is to really be realistic of like, if 1 and 2 are the most priority things, then really just focusing on those things. And even with that said, just focus on number 1. Focus on number 1 for today. And who knows how long it takes you, right? Maybe priority 1 actually isn't going to take long for you to get to priority 2. But just go through the list in order. And this list, of course, can change, right? Something that was a priority 5, depending on work or project or teammates or whatever it is, this could be bumped up to a priority 2 or priority 1, right? But no matter, whatever's first on the list, start there and don't worry about all the other things. Because if they're a priority 4, if they're priority 6, priority 10, then, you're going to get to it when you get to it. And it obviously isn't a high priority, right? And so all we want to do is just have our mind focus on one thing at a time, instead of trying to focus on all these things at once, or getting all these little things done and then kind of procrastinating, or whatever it is we're doing to get to that priority, right? And that's how like we get overwhelmed. That's how we get stressed and all of those things. And that just is a snowball effect for many other things. Okay, so now that you have your first list, let's go ahead and quickly use about another minute to put this list in now a chronological order based on priorities 1 through 5, or depending on how many things you wrote, you can put those in order now. Okay, everyone, so that minute is up, and that should have not taken that much time. So if you need a little more time to do that, you can pause the video and finish putting all those things in order for yourself. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do when it comes to this journaling for mindfulness, now that we have this priority list, is to maybe just break it down one more time with just task number 1. Depending on what it is, you may need to break it up, right? You may need to say, hey, I need to start here and get this one thing done. Or maybe these are the top 3 things that I need to get done in order to complete priority 1. So let's go ahead and use this time very quickly. I'm going to put about 30 seconds on the clock to do this work, to kind of dissect priority 1 for yourself. Okay, and we're back. Again, you can always pause the video and continue journaling, continue going. But if you were able to accomplish it within that time, amazing. And we'll go ahead and just end it here. The whole idea again of this particular journaling is to also show that journaling is not always, going so deep into certain things. And, sometimes it's just really getting ourselves organized and focusing on what our priorities are and getting that from the mind down to paper. So now we can see it, and it's just so much clearer on how we can tackle the things that we need to get done for the day. So I encourage you to come back to this video, or if you feel already like you got the system down, you can do this again more on like a weekly basis or even a day-to-day basis. Again, our priorities sometimes can change depending on the project or whatever it is we're doing. And then just because we focused on work today, make sure if you have that personal list of errands and things that you need to do, you can also do the same thing that we did for that list as well. And little tip as well that I want to share is don't be afraid to delegate. So if there's things on that list that, others within your company or your group, your team, you can delegate or ask for support on, make sure to do that as well so you can knock some of those things off your list. And that also goes for the personal list as well, right? Maybe someone in the family can make the grocery list and then you go out and get the groceries, or vice versa, right? Who can maybe wash the clothes and then who can fold the clothes, right? How can we work as a team? How can we delegate and maybe get some of these things off our list so that, again, one, it doesn't seem overwhelming when we look at the list and then start going into our mind swirling about all the things we need to get done or the things we haven't gotten done, all of that. So I just wanted to share this quick practice with you today. Please share in the comments what you thought. Was this helpful? Have you done this before? I know some people do it and then fall off, or maybe you've never done this before and was it helpful? I would love to hear from you. And I definitely will be back here again tomorrow for another MindFuel moment. I'll see you then, my friends. Namaste.
If you liked that MindFuel moment, then check out the description below to learn how you can bring more mindfulness to the workplace and your home with our Me Time Journal and workshop experiences. And make sure to click subscribe so you get all new videos daily.